My name is Dr. Jeff Hamby. Work here in Van Buren. So hello to my fellow Christian family members. I was asked to describe to you the heart today. It is a unique organ. Unlike any other, the muscle of the heart is unique. You won't find it anywhere else in the body. It is about the size of a closed fist. So if you were to close your fist and look at it, it's about the size of your heart. You'd think it'd be bigger than that. But if it is, it's probably diseased. There's 4 chambers in the heart, and there's 4 valves in the heart. And it beats normally between 60 and 100 times a minute, which if you were to figure the math on that, it'd be about 2.5 billion times in a standard lifetime the heart would beat. It is an amazing pump. It ejects about 75% of its volume in the 2 main chambers. When it contracts, it ejects about 3/4 of its volume, which ends up being a little less than half a cup. So you're only dealing with a very relatively small amount of fluid coming out of the heart, but it beats 60 to 100 times a minute, unless it is diseased or injured. Of the 4 chambers, the way that it works is it pumps blood to the lungs from the right side of the heart. And if you were to place your hand, you know when you say the Pledge of Allegiance, you place your hand over your heart, it's on your left side of your chest. So from the midline over to the left, that's where your heart is. 1 in 130,000 individuals, so just 1 in 130,000, very rarely is it what's called dextrocardia. It's on the right side of the chest. So occasionally, very rarely, you'll have somebody with the heart on the right side of the chest. But the blood, let's start from the blood coming from the body. It comes into the right side of the heart, into the right atrium, which is the right top part of the heart. And then from there it passes into the right ventricle. And then the right ventricle pushes blood to the lungs. And then from the lungs, it goes from the lungs back into the left atrium, the left top side of the heart, into the left ventricle, which is the large muscular chamber, and then that pushes blood to the rest of the body. So it's constantly circulating your blood from your body all the way into your lungs, then back through the heart and back into the body. The thing about the heart is that if you have a heart attack, it can be just one little tiny clot in a small little artery that'll make that heart just stop. And when somebody has a heart attack, the numbers are about 50% of people having a heart attack just fall over dead. There's no symptoms, there's no warning signs, it's just boom, you're dead, and you fall over. The other half that make it through the initial phases, they go to the hospital. Half of them don't survive the hospitalization. So the heart can be working beautifully, but if it doesn't get the blood supply to it, or if that little artery is blocked, there's 3 main arteries: the right circumflex, the left anterior descending, which is what's called the widowmaker, the big one going down the front, which supplies the majority of the blood to the big part of the heart. And then the circumflex, which goes around the back side of the heart, covers the back side. But if you get a blockage, depending on where it's located, it can just immediately stop the heart, and then you're done. It is a wonderful organ. We can't explain how it's able to beat 2.5 billion times, where we can't even get close to that with anything we make or that we've ever seen. But it's a beautifully made organ.